But we didn't do well. Or the Republicans didn't do well. I think I know why, because they didn't know how to talk about abortion properly. If they knew how to talk about abortion properly, because they're the radicals, we're not the radicals, we did a great thing on that with Roe v. Wade. We gave all the power to the pro-life, and something can be done now. They had no power whatsoever. Babies could be killed in the 7th, 8th, and 9th month, and even after birth. Yep. I mean, you saw the governor of Virginia, the former governor of Virginia.
I saw the Meet the Press interview about it. You know, we say meet the fake press, and this is meet the real press.
Yeah, right.
But I saw that interview, and she was denying that even existed. It's absolutely true that that's what they were pushing for. But on that question, so obviously, I mean, I've been rereading The Art of the Deal, by the way, in recent weeks. No, but very specifically to kind of get more to grips with, like, back in that New York state of mind as well, that you lived in that studio in Lenox Hill.
Right.
I spend a lot of time up there now. I mean, you were right next to J.G. Mellon, right? And those are all the spots, and it's unrecognizable, some of that now, right? But one of the things that stood out to me in The Art of the Deal is that, you know, you're putting this thing forward now on abortion to say, hey, listen, the country is sick of having this argument all the time. They actually want a solution to it, right? But if the Democrats now come back around, so you don't have to explain that to me, but if the Democrats come back to you and say, no, we're not interested in a deal with you, are you willing to then say, well, look, we tried. Now these Republicans are going to do what they're going to do.
Sure. But the Democrats are the radicals because they're willing to, remember I said during my debate with Hillary, no longer crooked Hillary. I call her beautiful Hillary because I've used the word crooked for Joe Biden because it's so accurate. And I don't like you know, with enough words, you don't have to use the same word when two people.
Yep.
But I said, rip the baby out of the womb in the 7th, 8th, 9th month. And that really shook people up. Nobody ever heard of the term. Right. You know, I never knew the term before that debate. Right. We were talking about it. And I said, she's willing to rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month. No Democrat wants that, meaning almost no Democrat. Right. There are some probably that don't care.
But like the grassroots Democrats don't want
but
that.
they don't want that. So they're really the radical because that's what we don't want to do. I think something can happen. This is an issue that's been going on for 52 years. I was able to end it. That gave tremendous negotiating power to the pro-life movement, tremendous negotiating power, because they can't do the things that they used to be able to do. The pro-life was fighting it. We have these groups fighting this thing for so many decades, but it's exactly 52 years as of a date in the not too distant future. And that's a long time. Everybody's raising money all the time. Everybody, I don't know, maybe it's some kind of a business. I don't know what's going on, but
it's a lot of money.
Everybody was amazed that I was able to do it. And I put them in a great negotiating position. And we don't want to blow it. This is an incredible thing that happened. And we also bring it back to the states, which everybody, all legal scholars, both sides wanted it brought back to the states. We did a lot of things. We're in a tremendous position to negotiate something very good right now, and we'll see what that is.
A lot of people take up office and they want to impose their will and their ideas. Yeah. You almost come at the issues more of a mediator role? Is that
a mediator, but remember this too, we have to win elections. I can take a view, I can tell you my view is a strong view, but we have to win elections. You know, you can say, I think Ron, as I call him also, DeSanctis. You know, that's an abbreviated to sanctimonious, right? You understand. Have you ever put the words up together? It's sort of amazing, just the middle part.
It's better in a tweet.
It's sort of pretty cool. Yeah. But he did the 6-week thing.
Yeah.
If you notice, his numbers started going down before that, but they started to really crash when he did that. Because most people, that's not acceptable to. You have to win elections. Yeah. We want to get everything done, and you also have to go by your heart. You know, if you're a person that believes strongly, then you should just say, that's the way it is, and I don't want to talk about it. But you have to win elections. And the reason that the Republicans didn't do well in the midterms is because they didn't know how to talk about the abortion issue. Right. If you look at Michigan, you take a look at the governor's race in Michigan, you take a look at the governor's race in Pennsylvania, it's fine for them to believe and let them go, but they did not come close to winning an election that really were elections that you could have won. So this is a very amazing issue. It's a beautiful issue. It's a complex issue. if we get it right, it's going to be something really special. But in all of this, whether we like it or not, you still have to be able to win an election.
Right.
And if the other side's going to take this issue and make you be the radical, because they're the radical, and I explain it, and the problem is you have Republican politicians, some do, but you have a lot of Republican politicians that don't know how to talk about the issues, and you have some that don't want to talk about it.
Right.
They're afraid of the issue, and it actually can be a positive issue for them. And I think I've made it a positive issue for me and for some Republicans, but it's something that has to be talked about.
I'll ask you about Mike Pence, your former